my god, I really dropped the ball on that one too. Oh my god. It's like a Matilda situation. I don't know if I'm gonna pull. What do we do? It's called Assassin's Creed. What do you expect? God forbid a god have hobbies. That's free real estate, baby. Who is way up next? Wait a minute. Where's that gonna get? Hello, friends and gamers. So, this is technically a kit review patch video thing, isn't it? Yeah? Yeah. I have a lot of events to finish today in reverse. I literally have not logged in the second half of the patch at all, which is kind of embarrassing. Don't want to talk about it, but we're here. We're here. It's fine. This month has been not even this month. I guess it was mainly August. Has been a trip. So I'm probably getting I'm getting the Welcome Home Cheater event. We're going to skip that because this is not the first time I've gotten it. It's fine. We're back. I forgot about this. I forgot about Roaring Blessing. Oh my god, I really dropped the ball on that one too. Oh my god. We have our free Decatone box. We're going to get that, use that today for sure. I'm going to do the events after this, but we have to do the patch video first, obviously. Obviously, I'm not going to get all of this. I'm not gonna get, I guess you have to log in to get multiple portrait copies of ALEXIOS, I guess. Okay, sure. I dropped the ball. We'll be better in 2.8. Accept invitation, sure. Flame, just give me my stuff, please. We have a lot to go through. I'm not even gonna take a look at the events. This is not like a proper patch video. It's literally just going to be the kit review and probably polls for Cassandra. And you know what we might actually do in this video as well, because I said I would do it. We are going to do if we have time in this video, we'll also do the final part of Haunted Highway, because that is being rerun. I did Haunted Highway already. There's full video coverage for it back from January, but then was uploaded I think I uploaded that in May. I don't know. I'm behind on things. But I never did the very last stage because I got stuck on the boss battle. So I want to go back and do those stages of Haunted Highway. So we might do that today, depending on the timing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long this is gonna take. We'll find out. We need to go through everything first. This was probably the worst. Also, Message on the Roaring Wind is going on right now for the 2.8 preview event. This was probably the worst patch I could have just not had time to log in during, but hey, it is what it is. Life happens and we're gonna make do. We do patch review first. And I have day 1 and 2 of the 2.8 preview event to do. I think they let you click through it now, which is great. Oh no, we have day 3 to do as well. I wish they let you skip through it, but you have to wait for the text to just appear. Oh, Lucy's here. There will be a big reaction video for the 2.8 stuff. I was trying to do singular reactions for things, thinking that would keep me on top of things. And I'm like, wait a minute, this just gives me more stuff to edit. So, yeah. Okay, we got Message on the Roaring Wind for the Battle Pass. Cool, cool. We got another Unilog. Because here's the deal. I got really lucky during the first half of the patch for Ezio. I don't think we're going to get as lucky. So here's where we're at. I think I did all of the extra event. That's ALEXIOS, right? We need to do the kit review for ALEXIOS as well then. Yeah, this is our free copy of ALEXIOS. There he goes. That is the original voice actor, by the way. They did get the original voice actors as far as I know. There's our 5-star. Thank you, ALEXIOS. Is anyone using ALEXIOS? How is this kit actually? We'll find out in this video. Voyage by the Sea is new, and then we have data collection. Okay, because there was the free runs contracts. I think I did most of it. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll get to those little things in a minute. So hey, I already recorded the video, but I did the thing again where I forgot to say thing. So we're back. You know what the thing is already. Well, this particular video is not sponsored. I am a partnered creator with Blue Epoch Universe 1999 and will be receiving compensation for this video. Now let's get back to my if you can probably tell from how this page looks right now, let's get back to my very unfortunate Cassandra polls. Yeah? Yeah. For now, we go drama in Athens because we have to do the patch stuff. Why are we tapping Apple? Oh, you can you can go back and forth by tapping. That's really cool, actually. Okay. So we need to do all of this today. Yeah, 16 hours. Okay, awesome. So, not awesome, but let's just go to the summon screen and do our kit reviews in this video because we have 2 to do. I forgot we have ALEXIOS as well. ALEXIOS does not, also Noir is rerunning right now, and I know a lot of people have a lot to say about that. I think we'll start with the ALEXIOS kit review because I can just go to my crew menu for that because he's not on a banner. Okay, hi Centurion. I don't know why that happened. ALEXIOS, there he is. Okay, there's our guy. Demos the demigod. See, Honkai Star Rail uses Demos as a reference for for my day, essentially. And I've made notice before about how they just be picking names over there for their Greek gods and things. And that's another one. That's another one. Okay, kit review time. Assassination DPS, Beast 5-star. He takes inspiration from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is the Greek mythology one. obviously. So his ultimate then is called Son. We're just gonna like speedrun his kit because he's the 5-star, so it shouldn't be that long. Son of Fear is his ultimate. This is a mass attack that deals 400% reality damage to all enemies. We gain 1 stack of Blood of Isu, and this attack counts as an assassination. So Blood of Isu is a special buff that has Son of Fear dealing an additional 80% reality damage, stackable up to 5 times. So 8 times 5, do the math. I don't know. We don't have time for this. It counts as an assassination. What it is an assassination, for every 10 points of critical technique the attacker has, more than the target, the attack gains an additional final damage dealt plus 5%. I think does. We're gonna like skip back and forth a little bit here. Let me tab. I'm like clicking things accidentally. I'm gonna pin ALEXIOS to the top so that we don't have to like scroll back and forth. So Ezio also is an assassination DPS. So why name day? Why name day? I'm curious what the difference between, is ALEXIOS just like the free version of, or like the free to play version of Ezio, or like how does that work? That's actually kind of funny that, interesting. His first skill, his first incantation skill is called Stronger Than Ares, but it is in quotations. You know what? Maybe it's in quotations because if you actually, it's like an Aphrodite thing. If you say you're actually stronger than Ares, not in like quotation, like not, it's like, oh, it's a, what's the word? Not a phrase. It's like a figure of speech. I'm not actually stronger than Ares. It's like, you know, like the Aphrodite thing. Aphrodite is like the goddess of like beauty and stuff. So like in ancient Greek mythology, if you said like you were prettier than Aphrodite, you were getting smited by Aphrodite immediately. So maybe it's something like that. I could see that happening. But yeah, this is a attack incantation at level 1. This is a single target attack that deals 200% reality damage and gains adrenaline plus 1. It does not have a clickable thing for what adrenaline is. I'm assuming it's just his stacking mechanic. At level 2, still single target, but it goes up to 300% reality damage and 2 stacks of adrenaline. And then incantation 3 is still single target, 500% reality damage, 4 stacks of adrenaline. I will say running this at any incantation level is probably fine, but obviously if this looks like the one you're going to want to stack, because sometimes certain incantations are fine at level 1, sometimes you need to have them to level 2 to do the most damage, but I genuinely think that this one is probably the one that is like the stack one, because one of them usually is the one that, like, if you're gonna stack any of them, stack this one. I think Stronger Than Ares is the one you're supposed to be stacking, because 1 stack of adrenaline and 200% reality damage jumps to 500% reality damage and 4 stacks of adrenaline. Like, that is a huge jump from 1 to 3. So I definitely think that's probably the one you're stacking. Again, in the quotations, same deal with his incantation 2. Better Than Apollo is the second attack incantation. This one is a mass attack. At level 1, this deals 120% reality damage to 2 enemies. If this attack scores a critical hit, you gain adrenaline plus 1. So only if you crit. That must be the stat you want to build on him, is his crits. At incantation level 2, you deal 180% reality damage to 2 enemies. So the 2 enemies stays the same. That number is going up though. And if you crit, you get adrenaline plus 2. So that is also going up. It seems like you might just want to stack him regardless, because this also has like, because that's the thing. Sometimes you don't get, if you stack it, it'll be like the damage percentage goes up, but then this like stacking mechanic here, the adrenaline stack would just stay up plus 1 every single level. But this one, it does change. Same thing with the first incantation. So looks like you probably should actually be stacking both of his. At incantation level 3, you're dealing 300% reality damage to 2 enemies, and if you crit, you get 4 stacks of adrenaline. I think that, yeah, you probably should be stacking both of his, but he is also the 5-star. So it makes sense that in order to do the most amount of damage with the 5-star, because obviously a 5-star isn't going to be as good as a 6-star, in order to do the most amount of damage, you need to be stacking his stuff. So that makes enough sense. As for his passive stuff, I am gonna have to move to the other side of the screen because we're doing this in the character menu. Usually we do this in the pull screen, and then they do it on the other side of the screen. So Blood or Whale is his passive stuff. That's kind of what it's called. And okay, so here the adrenaline is stacking, but it replaces Moxie. So with most reverse 1999 characters, Moxie is like the thing that stacks in order for you to do an ultimate. Eventually, with the Assassin's Creed collaboration characters, it is instead called adrenaline. So this like precognition, you don't need to activate any insight levels to get it, replaces Moxie with adrenaline, obviously. And then at the start of the round, if adrenaline reaches 8, casts ultimate and resets adrenaline to 0. So that's also a little buff there. Everything from here is, as you level the character up, you get these insight levels over here. Obviously, I can't do that yet because you need to level them up to, like, if I want to get to Insight 1, I have to level them up to level 30 and then do the Insight thing. So that's how that works. But at Insight 1, you gain 1 adrenaline at the start of the round. At Insight 2, damage dealt goes up by plus 8% when entering battle. And then at Insight 3, after an allied attack triggers assassination, which is the 100 points final damage thing, you gain another adrenaline. And after an allied attack triggers assassination, if there are other assassination characters on the team, so essentially if you were running Alexios and Ezio as like 2 DPSs together, I don't know if Cassandra's assassin character, but we'll see. But if you have other assassin characters on the team, there is a 5% chance to cast ultimate up to 1 time per round, just like a bonus one. But if Cassandra specifically is on the team, the chances increase to 10%. So I'm assuming then Cassandra is also an assassin character. I mean, that would make a lot of sense if all the Assassin's Creed collaboration characters were assassin type characters. Like, that would make sense. So I see that. But that is all essentially passive. You don't really need to worry about that. As long as you're leveling up your insight on the character, you're getting those bonuses. So that's like nothing new. However, from there we have the portrait section. So this is what I like to call the pay to play section of the kit review. I'm also realizing my sound is not recording because sometimes when I turn my PC off, I will lose sound. Like when I turn it back on, I won't have my sound set up properly. And that happened with my audio output capture, but not the input. We're safe there. We did have audio this whole time, but not, you could hear it now. So I probably just put in different audio. Anyways, portrait info. This is what I like to call the pay to play section of the video. This usually means if we're talking about a 6-star character, in order to get these portraits, you have to spend money. Now, if you've been logging in regularly, you can get portraits for Alexios. I will not be getting those portraits, unfortunately, because I did not log in, which kind of sucks, but also I don't tend to use my 5 stars as often as my 6 stars at this point in time. So I don't know if that's the thing. I don't really know if I'm even going to be using Alexios quite that frequently. So I don't think it's the end of the world if you didn't get those portraits. I say that because there is essentially no way to get copies of Alexios outside of logging in for the set amount of times during the patch. And I think I kind of goofed that one. So I will say with that, I don't love that they did it that way, that you needed to log in a certain amount of times, especially given the time of year they did the collaboration. I say that because they did this collaboration about midway. It was like middle of August to the middle of September, just about like early middle. And that is prime time, like going back to school season. So I'm not currently in school, right? But I do have like a job. So I'm always busy, but also I don't love them doing the collab at this time because I actually saw people making this, like, I actually saw people talking about this on social media that they literally did not have time to log in during the patch because they went back to school. It's back to school season. A lot of schools go back middle of August to beginning of September. So like there's a very good chance you watching this video right now could be a student who went back to school and you don't have time to do gacha game collaboration and like login stuff if that is like what you're focusing on. So I don't love that they made that the only way to get the extra copies of Alexios. I'm assuming if you pull on Cassandra's banner, there is a certain amount of percentage that you can get them there as well. So we might do some extra pulls on Cassandra's banner, which I'm not super crazy about doing because I do want to pull on the Nautica banner. And 2.8 because 1, I think she's really cool, and 2, I love her VA. So now that I'm like looking back, don't love the timing because even I've been super busy with work. I don't know if it's because school started back up that I've been super busy because I don't think my job really coincides with like schooling, but still, I've just been super busy. There's been more traffic. So like I've been driving more, like my commute is longer because I go past like 2 schools. So my commute's gotten longer. It's just like not a great time, but level 1, portrait level 1, everything we just went over is going to be from portrait level 0. That is 1 copy of Alexios. Portrait level 1 is going to be 2 copies of Alexios. And this is a buff for stronger than Ares. So at rank 1, 2, or 3 incantation, respectively, the amount of reality damage dealt will be going up to 240, 360, or 600%. Those are pretty good jumps, but I'm like thinking about it from usually I think about it like, is it worth it for the money? But at this point, these were technically free. Like if we go over, where is the login thing? Where was the thing for Alexios specifically? Is it part of Drama in Athens? I don't know. Before I continue the pay to play, I actually do want to check and see if Alexios there is like a percentage on Cassandra's banner, just real quick here. No, the 5-star rate up characters are Blondie and Balloon Party, not Alexios, which is quite strange that they did it that way, first of all. But let's go back to Alexios. So like going over his portraits is going to be a bit weird just because it's like, it was free, but also if you didn't log in enough, it's not, and he's not rated up on Cassandra's banner. Very weird. I feel like it's almost harder to get Alexios. It's like a Matilda situation. It's harder to get copies of Matilda than like anyone else. Anyways, level 2, portrait level 2, this is going to be 3 copies of Alexios. This is a buff for Blood or Whale, which is the passive stuff. At the start of the round, the number of adrenaline gained is increased to 2 from 1. Again, these are all going to be good things to have, but just by nature of him being a 5-star, as well as him being mostly free, but also kind of not, they're all kind of like, yeah, that'd be good to have, but it's not like game breaking if you don't have it, I guess. Anyways, level 3, 4 copies of Alexios. This is a buff for Better Than Apollo, which is this other incantation. And at rank 1, 2, or 3, reality damage dealt is increased to 150, 225, or 375% respectively. Again, not game breaking if you don't have it, I don't think, especially because if you're putting him on a team just to get an extra buff with Cassandra, you're using him more as a sub DPS anyways. Like, he's not going to be your main DPS essentially. Portrait level 4 is 5 copies of Alexios. This is a buff for Son of Fear, which is his ultimate. The additional reality damage done by Blood of Isu is then going to be increased to 100%. I'm curious what that original was. It's originally 80. Okay. Again, same difference. It's not game breaking if you don't have it. And Portrait level 5 or 6 copies of Alexios. This is buffing up reality damage done by Son of Fear to 500% from 400, so you're getting an extra 100. Again, I don't think it's game breaking if you don't have any of those buffs. Obviously, it's going to be good, especially if you're focusing more on end game. But the thing with focusing more on end game as with a collab team is that a couple patches from now, these characters are going to be entirely removed from the meta because it's not like future proofed essentially. Like, what are you supposed to do in like 3 patches from now if you don't have these characters and they're in the meta? You just don't clear it if that's what you care about. And that sucks for some people. So a couple patches down the road, these characters are no longer going to be in the meta. So if you did not get every copy of them, all their portraits, it's not the end of the world. Am I coping a little bit? Yes, but it's not the end of the world because a couple patches from now, if you only care about meta, they're not going to be in the meta anymore. You're probably smarter at this point in time to wait and pull for Nautica than to try and get the collab characters, because Nautica, she's a limited character. She's going to be in the meta for years to come. The collab characters, not so much. So just because it is kind of like later in the patch that I'm doing this video, I do kind of want to point that out. We know who's coming in 2.8. If you keep up with the updates from the Chinese server, you've known for a while, but let's be so for real. So not that I think Alexios or like the collab characters are bad. I think they were done very well, but like, just like if you don't have your stuff together, don't worry about it. Just wait for 2.8. Because that's the thing, I'm obviously going to do 110 pull on Cassandra's banner because we have the free Decatone box, but I don't know if I'm going to go crazy if I don't get her. You know, I might just, as much as I love Cassandra, she's actually my favorite of all the collab characters, I don't know if I'm going to pull. Because at this point, I think I'd rather save my clear drops for who we're getting in 2.8. So, putting that out there. I think Global kind of got like smacked in the face a little bit because 2.8 on the Chinese server happened like 6 months ago. Everyone who wanted to pull for Nautica pulled for Nautica on, they pulled for her like 6 months ago on Chinese server. However, here on Global, we have the Assassin's Creed collab patch back to back with the 2.8 limited patch. So we have basically 2 limited banner patches back to back because the characters on this collab will not be rerun. So like, what do? We kind of got smacked in the face a little bit. This is not what we needed to do. We need to go to summon so we can do the kit review for Cassandra. So Miss Cassandra, a 6-star mineral character, assassin, DPS, and support. So I thought Alexios was your sub DPS. Cassandra might also be a sub DPS, which I guess that makes sense if Ezio is like your main DPS, Cassandra being the sub DPS, and then essentially at that point in time, if you were going to put Alexios on that team as well, Alexios would be, she kind of there? I guess Cassandra would technically be your support because she's labeled support, but then there's a lot happening. Anyways, her ultimate, and also, yes, I am just keeping the box on the side of the screen at this point. I'm covering Cassandra's name. We all know what her name is. Anyways, her ultimate is called Rush Assassination. Interestingly enough, this is a single target attack. Usually I feel like ultimates are mass target, like multi-target, like we saw with Alexios. But Rush Assassination is going to be a single target attack that deals 750% reality damage and it counts as an assassination. So we already kind of went over the assassination stuff with Alexios, so we don't need to do that again. But these are all assassin characters. Obviously, it's called Assassin's Creed. What do you expect? Oh, interesting. It's like hers, Incantation 1 mentions Ares, just like Alexios is dead. What about this one mentions, okay, I kind of love that. We're going to talk about this really quickly because it's a naming thing. So we'll talk about that real fast before we get into the actual details. Her first skill, her attack incantation is called Fury of Ares. If you remember to Alexios's kit a hot second ago, Alexios, his Incantation 1 also references Ares, god of war. So them essentially working together and like these two characters being kind of made to run together makes sense then at this point. I think that's kind of cute. And then her debuff incantation, or incantation 2, is called Advent of Artemis. Now, if you remember back to Alexios, his was something about Apollo. Apollo and Artemis are like twins, essentially. In Greek mythology, Apollo being kind of known as like the sun god. It depends on what you're reading and for like what translation you're reading. Essentially, sometimes he's like the light god, sometimes he's the sun god, but then also you have Helios, who also is like the sun and the light. But like of like the big ones that everyone kind of knows, Apollo is the sun, and then Artemis actually is his sister, who is known for being like the goddess of the moon. So yeah, also the hunt. That's another one. They kind of got a lot of stuff going on, but like Apollo is also known for like music and stuff. They got a lot of stuff going on, all right? God forbid a god have hobbies. But I do think the naming convention there is quite cute, considering we had Apollo and now Artemis. I think it's fun. I do think it's fun. I don't know what their connection is in the Assassin's Creed lore, obviously, because I haven't played Assassin's Creed. We will actually be making that decision for Assassin's Creed 2 tonight, because I have to finish the collab story for Ezio, which was Assassin's Creed 2. I will be making that decision whether Assassin's Creed 2 is going to be a player or nay for me tonight, but I don't know about Cassandra and Alexios yet. Anyways, actually looking at their incantations now. Fury of Ares, this is her attack incantation. At level 1, this is a mass attack, so this is where that mass attack is going for her. At level 1, it deals 120% reality damage to 2 enemies and gains adrenaline +1. Very similar to Alexios, but you're probably doing more damage overall because she is the 6-star. At level 2, you're dealing 180% reality damage, up from 120, and you get 2 stacks of adrenaline. And then at level 3, you deal 300% reality damage, up from 180, and you're getting +4 stacks of adrenaline. Very, very similar to Alexios. So obviously this is something you want to stack. Not stacking it isn't the end of the world. Like if you can only get in a level 1 or 2 incantation, it's not the end of the world, but obviously you kind of want to stack it up to 3. Her debuff incantation then, this is why she's listed as a support. This is a single target attack. At incantation level 1, you're dealing 150% reality damage and inflicting 1 stack of lethal injury on the target. I don't know why it says what assassination is here when we kind of need to know what lethal injury is. My box is kind of covering it, so hold on. As you can see here, lethal injury is a negative status. When being attacked, you trigger assassination and remove 1 stack. When taking an assassination attack, for every 100 points of critical technique the attacker has more than the target, this attack gains final damage dealt +1%. So taking the attack is reference to like the opponent taking the attack, I believe. This effect does not remove stacks either, so that's what that is. It's pretty passive. At level 1, it's 150%. At level 2, it deals 225% reality damage and inflicts 2 stacks of lethal injury. And then at level 3, you're dealing 375% reality damage and inflicting 4 stacks of lethal injury. So again, you want to stack these, but if you don't get them stacked, like if you're really struggling out there, not the end of the world to only go up to 1 or 2. But ideally, you'd want to go up to 3. Her passive stuff then, I actually need to go on the other side for this. Hold on. Can I just go up top? I might be able to just go up top. Yeah, we can just go up here. I just don't want to like move stuff around too much. Anyways, obviously we have the precognition effect here again, but there's a lot more text. We're obviously replacing Moxie with adrenaline, and at the start of the round during 1 adrenaline cycle, so 0 to 10, don't know what the 0 to 10 is reference to. When adrenaline reaches 2 for the first time, you generate 1 precast incantation called Sparta Kick. Sparta Kick is a single targeted attack that deals 200% reality damage and also inflicts daze on the target. Daze means they can't attack. They can't act. If the target is already in the daze status, deals an additional 100% reality damage. Now, from past experience, if you really struggle with the reverse 1999 combat, something like daze, like this negative status effect that you can inflict on your opponents to get them to not do anything for a round, can be very helpful. Like very helpful, especially if you struggle with the combat. So first of all, I think Cassandra doing this, a character that is bringing in new players to the game, is great, first of all. Second of all, I just think that's a good thing to have in a kit. I think Daze is good, especially for people who are new. There will be new people coming in for the collaboration. I say that as if the collaboration hasn't happened yet, but it definitely has. So it's like a whole thing. But I think that's good. When that is at 6, so I'm thinking that 0 to 10 when you're at 6, so like when you hit the halfway mark but go over it, you generate 1 precast incantation called Rain of Destruction. Rain of Destruction is a mass attack that deals 500% reality damage to all enemies. And when you hit 10, you generate 1 rush assassination, so that's going to be her ultimate. and then reset adrenaline to 0. So the rush assassination is, as you can see, horror ultimate scale. So this is all, you just get this instantly when you put her on the field. Like this is, you could have her running at level 1, insight 0, and you get all of this. That's free real estate, baby. Speaking of insights though, at insight 1, when entering battle, you gain 1 adrenaline, and at the start of each round, you also gain 1 adrenaline. It doesn't say each round, it says the round, so I don't know if that means every round or just like the first time. So like when you get, I don't know. I would assume it's each round, but the thing with the collab patch is that they did not do the surveys, like the character surveys, so we can't go in and see like, how does this character actually work in practice? We can't actually do that with the collab patch because it's a little bit different and how they're running it. If we do get another collaboration patch, I would appreciate getting that survey stage, because especially me coming in, like trying out these characters, kind of doing the kit reviews and everything, digging into them a little bit. It's nice to be able to see the kit, just saying. Anyways, this was Reverse 1999's first real collab, so like, I'll give him some space. Anyways, Insight 2, you're getting a +8 damage when entering battle. This is pretty standard for an Insight 2. And Insight 3, when any ally triggers an assassination. So if you're running the Assassin's Creed assassin team, that's going to be pretty cracked. But when any ally triggers an assassination, you gain 1 stack of Guidance of 3 Gods. This provides stats up in Way of Ares, Way of Artemis, and Way of Nyx, which is a new one. Who has Way of Nyx? Where does that come in? This is stackable up to 5 times and is undispellable. Who has Way of Nyx? Wait a minute. Where is that coming in? Nyx is like, I guess she'd be like the goddess of the night. I think I would be it. If you've played Hades game, you've obviously know who Nyx is, but like got Hades game on the brain. Hades 2 is finally getting a real release. Anyways, who has Way of Nyx? What's Way of Nyx? I can't click on it. Where's Nyx coming into this? When did Nyx get here? Anyways, if there are other assassination characters on the team, you gain 1 extra stack of Guidance of 3 Gods. Who brought in Nyx? Where is that coming from? I'm so curious. Where's this coming from? Okay, let's do portrait time. Yeah, pay to play section. This technically is pay to play. Way of Nyx, here we go. It's the force, I guess it's the force field part. I don't know. I thought we were just doing the main Greek pantheon here, like the ones up top. When did Nyx get into this? She's not up there. Anyways, everything we just went over is portrait level 0. We have to go through this absolute essay now. So fun. Her portraits go insane, by the way. You're getting buffs for multiple things in 1 portrait. I mean, I guess it's like you're getting your money's worth, but still. Oh my God. Okay, so portrait level 1, this is buffs Falconer's Instinct, which is her passive stuff. At the start of the round, you get 2 adrenaline instead of 1. Fury of Ares also goes up from 150 to 225 and 375% reality damage from those original incantation levels. And Advent of Artemis, which is her debuff, the damage dealt goes up to 240, 360, and 600% respectively. Obviously, this first portrait goes insane. I think that one's worth it, quite frankly. I think all of her portraits are probably worth it because you're getting multiple buffs per portrait, which is insane, by the way. I'm curious if this just means that, like, in practice, her kit sucks, so, like, you have to spend money to make her actually a viable character. I don't know. I won't be spending money. I don't even know if I'm going to use my polls, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't even want to go through all of this because I'm just like, there's so much text. Oh my God. Anyways, portrait level 2, this is 3 copies of Cassandra. First of all, this is a buff for Way of Artemis, which is this force field effect. Each stack of Guidance of 3 Gods provides crit damage plus 9.3% and an additional crit damage plus 9.3% for all assassination characters. So again, running them together is pretty good. Way of Ares is also stacked by providing damage bonus plus 4.8% for Guidance of 3 Gods and an additional 4.8% damage bonus for assassination characters once again. Also, at portrait level 2, you're buffing Way of Nyx. So each Guidance of 3 Gods stack provides an additional 2.8% and additional attack point. This is a whole thing. If you're going to go portraits, probably go to 2 at least because you're just getting like so many buffs. Portrait level 3, this is 4 copies of Cassandra. This is a buff for Sparta Kick, which is a single target. That's the days one. Deals 300% reality damage. Reign of Destruction, which is a mass attack, goes up to 700%. Rush Assassination goes up to 1250%. And the combo version of Rush Assassination also goes up to 1250%. There's so many numbers. I don't even know what some of these things are. At portrait level 4, you're buffing Way of Artemis, Way of Ares, and Way of Nyx. I'm not even going to read it anymore. And then portrait level 5, 6 copies of Cassandra. You're buffing Sixth Sense, the Weapons Master, Kick Gash, Arrow Gash, Assassination Gash, Shadow Assassin, and that's it. There's a lot happening here. But at this point, I don't plan on pulling for constellations. And if you haven't pulled your constellations yet, you probably aren't either. Well, let's see if we can get like a copy of Cassandra. I don't even like, there's so much happening with Cassandra's kit that I'm just like, do I even want to pull? Obviously we have a free 10 pull, so we're going to use that. But like, oh my God, there's so much happening. Okay, let's get into summons. We have a free Decatone box. Here's the deal. I don't think we're going to get super lucky here because I got very lucky on Ezio's banner. I got him in the first 10 pull. I don't think it's gonna happen again, but let's give it a shot. I mean, that's I don't think it's the right gold. Yeah, no, it's not the right gold. We just get a 5-star, so we'll just open all. And our 5-star was Ulu, so totally off banner. I have 18 Unilogs, so we want to do another 10 pull. I'll throw down another 10 pull. Why not? You are kind of guaranteed at some point. Let's do that. It's all purple, kind of stinky. I'll do one more 10 pull in this video because I have 8 Unilogs and we'll grab a little bit from my clear drops. The only thing is that it doesn't roll over. If this is it, that'll be great, but I don't think it's the right gold. It's a little too bright. Yeah, it's a little too brightly colored. I think I'm gonna cut it off there. We got a copy of Mr. Duncan. I do think I'm gonna cut it off there just for the sole purpose that I don't want to go too crazy with it because the pity does not roll over. We do have our 10 monthly Unilogs that reset. So I also can get 2 more right there. So, I mean, we're up to 12. I'm gonna do another 10 pull then. It's gold if that does it. Nope, it still didn't do it. Darn it. So I'm up to 40. I mean, we could do it probably. What's the guarantee? 60 consecutive summons. That's like 2 more 10 pulls. Okay, hold on. I'm at 40. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll just do it. That's it. All right, came home at 50. That's fine. Fine by me. There she is. Oh wait, what if we lost it? Oh dear. Yeah, we lost to 50-50. Marcus, sweetie. Oh, Marcus. Marcus, I love you. I have your outfit, but this was like literally, Marcus, sweetie. Marcus, I love you. I have your garment, but sweetie. I said I wasn't gonna throw down, but I think we're just gonna throw down. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but also these characters don't get a rerun, so I'm just like, why not? If I don't get Nautica, I don't get Nautica. Like, it's fine. All right, go back to summons and just throw down whatever else we got, because I'm gonna regret it if I don't at this point. Even though they're not gonna be in meta anymore, I know I'm gonna regret it, so we'll just do it. I don't have any more to do at temple, so it's gold. It's not the right gold. It wasn't bright enough. I guess technically it wasn't dark enough. That's your you're on banner. That's fine. See? Ski up, Darly. I think I could do like 1 more, maybe 2. We'll see. That's it. That was really unfortunate. I'm 10 too short to do another. We can get 2 more here, and I'm out for the month, so we can do 2 more pulls. Very unfortunate. Because the thing is, when I did Ezio, I lost my 50-50 to Semmelweis, and then in the same 10 pull got Ezio. But here it's a little bit more unfortunate. What does the bank look like? Nope, can't get anything else. We tried. We got Marcus, and sad feeling. This is what I get for waiting too long. This is what I get for waiting too long. It's like you're not allowed to have the collab character. They kind of like, I feel like I have to though, because it's like I have ALEXIOS, and I want to use ALEXIOS, but also I did the polls. I regret doing the polls immediately. But you know what? We tried. Can't say we didn't try to get Cassandra. If we don't get her, we don't get her. I probably will try to keep pulling and hope for the best, but if we don't get her, we don't get her. It's fine. I'm coping. I have no idea how our kit works still, by the way, so like it's probably for the best that we didn't get a copy, quite frankly, because I have no idea how our kit works at all. I think we can do 1 more pull because I've been logged in long enough, so we'll just like keep pulling for the duration of this patch probably, which we still got stuff to do. It's fine. I say copingly. It's fine. All right, let's pop open the summon illustration because I didn't grab a copy of Cassandra. I'm 34 away to getting a guaranteed copy. So, I mean, I might try to give it a go. We'll see. There's 4 days left and I have to do like all the events. So we might actually get her. Anyways, that's it for this video. Very last minute, but we did it. At the end of the day, I can't really say if I recommend the characters because by the time this video goes up, there's not going to be a ton of time left in the patch anyways. However, do I recommend hypothetically, if these characters were going to the standard pool, would I necessarily recommend them? I don't know, because you do technically kind of need ALEXIOS and Cassandra and also Ezio to make them all work together. I'm curious if people are coming up with other team comps of these characters. But we'll see. I don't necessarily know. Ezio, I think, is good and can most likely work on his own, but Cassandra and ALEXIOS feel like they need to be ran together, and then also you need to be running them with Ezio. Does this make sense? Like maybe when we get 2.8 and we get like our new limited character, that will work. Like you can run them, but I don't know because they have kind of their own mechanics that work really well within the Assassin's Creed collab characters. But like, what's the staying power? Are these characters future proof? I don't really know. I don't think they're made to be future proof either, for the sole purpose that they're collab characters and they're only like, they're stuck within this collab. Like you can't get them outside of this collab. Once the collab's over, it's done. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see. That is officially going to be it for this video, though. I will probably keep pulling because I have FOMO. I have FOMO of having FOMO if I don't have her when the patch is over. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'll say for like a third time. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and hit the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.